Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios. My name's Alison and today I'd like to share with you our Moroccan lanterns. They are absolutely divine. Let's show you the real version. So this is the lantern I'm going to show you how to make today. Let me pop this behind it because it's a little bit dark against my cardigan. So this is where we're going to go. The other lantern, there are two styles in this lantern. This is the other one. So this has got a domed top and a domed bottom. I haven't tied that one very well. And this one has the flat bottom. So we're going to go with the flat bottom today. So on my desk here is everything you're going to need to make one of these lanterns. So I'll show you the die set. Let me pop it out. All the instructions are in the die set, but I know sometimes it's easier to see it put together and then the instructions make a little bit more sense. So this is all your instructions inside. And this is your die set. So all your patterns, if you're cutting in any patterns, do it at this stage because it's much easier. So here we go. Let's make a start. So I'm going to start with the bases. Like I say, if you want to put your patterns in, then you're going to do it at this point. So I'm all taped up today. I would recommend gluing purely because you've got a more permanent adhesive. So where I'm lining up the bottom of the leg. So just pop that together. Don't press down on the top bit yet. We'll do that later. So I'm going to bend that forward. Next one. So we just work our way around. There's a lovely embellished detail on the bottom, a deboss detail. If you want to bring that out, I have done it on here. Rub a little bit of mousse over it and it brings out the detail more. Because the detail is there, so why not use it? I'm going to have a battle with this tape, I think, now. So we keep going. Making sure that the bottom of the feet are lined up. And the next one. I think I must be full of static today. Right, nearly there with these. There we go. Last one. Oh, I haven't folded. That's what I haven't shown you, is the fold. This is how the fold goes. So you've got a valley fold, then a mountain fold. And that makes the lovely edge you've got around the top. The job there was one there to trigger my memory. Oh, I don't know, since I've had COVID, my memory is shocking. I don't know how good it was before, mind.
Right.
Terrible probably. So there's all our side panels together. Right, now we're going to move around to the top. So bring them together so the angle meets. So you've got a nice little V shape there. And then move around to the next. I should have taken these off earlier. But I thought I'd make a bit of a hash of them. There we are. Just keep working around. Our designers are so clever making all these shapes. This is one designed by Darcy. And she loves all her detail. Darcy likes a lot of detail in her dies. So I'm going to leave the last one open until I've popped the base in. Okay, so there is the start. So our base. We cut out the rectangle. The top is exactly the same, but how do you cut the top? So we use the outer edge. We're going to use this hexagon. But you've got another die. So I'm going to show you this now before I pop this in. So you've cut it out, then you use this die as a marker. And you line up all those edges. You can see these little lines, they point into the edges. Then you cut out the centre. So that is what you get when you've cut that out. And that's going to be your top, obviously because we want the light to go through the lantern. So I'm going to pop these off. And then we'll start working our way around with this. Now I like to start at one side and then work my way around, almost like a clock. So let me see if I can open this out far enough. I'll start in the middle just so that you can see everything. So you're going to line this up with the edge. Hang on, let me have a little look. What I'm looking at now is that this hexagon is lining up with the folds, but it's also lining up with this line at the base there. And then you keep working your way around the box. You know when you shouldn't have taken all the edges off, don't you? Because you stick into it. So again, push the hexagon in just so that it catches at the bottom and it lines up between the score lines. And that's where we go in here. Do you know, sometimes I've got a big head coming in front of that camera. Sorry.
I wasn't going to say anything.
He's so rude. I tell you what. Right, leave your last one because obviously you haven't closed the box. So we'll go to the other side. Take that off. And again, we're going to work around. Keep pressing and pushing. There we are. And your last one then, that will stick in place when I close this side. So again, look at the base. Look that I'm lined up on the edge of the feet. And at the top. There we go. And that is as easy as anything to pop your base together. The hardest bit for me is taking this tape off.
The craft tape, I think, in there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Right, now we're going to do the next fold. So this time we're pushing them inwards. And again, making sure that they're lining up. You've got a nice peak at the front. There we go. So push them in. There we are. I think these are beautiful with, you know, like the little battery lights you can get. These look absolutely stunning with those. Just in time for Christmas as well, or even New Year. Line all these up for New Year.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
We all have a party at New Year, don't we? If we're allowed to have them. There we go. So there's the base of our box, all done. It doesn't take that long at all. Next bit. So this is the top. Let me move all this tape away first. There we go. No, I'm attached to everything. Right, I'm just gonna, I'm hoping I brought it with me. Maybe I didn't. Bear with, I'm looking for, I'll bring down a basket of stuff for me. but I've never got what I want. So I'll use the scissors this time.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a paper creaser,
Oh, no,
but I haven't got one. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we've got the top piece. Now the hole is already cut into it. This is the die. Bear with. Gosh, this tape is good on these dies, isn't it? So there's our die, and that cuts exactly what you need. The hole is in the middle and everything. So just fold your edges. Right, now a little bit of difference with this one. The base is cut out to 300 GSM. The top we've done out to 216 because we want that nice domed effect. And the thicker the card, you don't get the same dome. It wouldn't hurt you mind to make the base out of a thinner card. By the time you've put your layers on and everything, it's not going to hurt. So I'm just folding all the tabs as well. There we go. All done. So I'm going to take your paper creaser. If you haven't got one, use a scissors. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to run it down the back so that we've started that dome before. Here we are. You can see we've got a little bit of a dome there now. We're kind of guiding the card where we want it to go. There we are. If you're cutting any pattern into them, do it now before you stick anything together. Other than that, lay on top. And again, I would say to you, maybe look at papers and things rather than a heavy card. So I'm going to need a little bit of glue. And I know I've brought that with me. And we're going to pop a bit of glue just around the edge of the hexagon. This then will overlap. So you shouldn't see any of the card from underneath coming through the centre of the hexagon. That way you know that they're all lined up. There we go. Flip it there. And that is your roof shape then. There we are. All done. So we're going to pop this together first. Here we go with the tape. Give them a little bend as you go in. There we go. Just take your time. I mean, I'm rushing this a little bit now, but take your time. Go. So again, we're trying to get the lines all lined up around the bottom. Next one. You can always give, as you're sticking them together, give it a little tug if it's not quite in the right place for you. Last one. Oh no, I've got two more. Look at me, getting ahead of myself. Now we're definitely last one. So there is our shape of our dome. So it's a lovely little effect. Right, what we're going to do now, I'm going to pop in two of the sides. I want to keep the front tab and the back tab in place. And I'm going to push in the other two. Why am I folding in the sides and not the front and the back? Because one tab is going to secure to the back, and we're going to use this one to tie the front. That's the reason we leave in those two for now. So then we've got our little bit that holds the dome together. So this we're going to pop inside. So I want there's one hole in this that needs to line with the one for the front, because that's where our tie is going to go. So we need one of these. Every other of these has got a hole, not all of them though. So make sure you keep your hole together. So I'm going to pop this so that it sits inside. Let's pop these off first. This one is the front. No, we're doing the wrong way. Let's turn that around. So line those two up. So the hole should line up as well, because they're in exactly the same place. There we go. And then I think I've done this one a little bit different. So what we're going to do, we'll glue all these all the way around, and then we'll fold them in. It's been a while since I made this. So line all these up. So your side pieces all match. Make sure you've kept the back one. I'm not going to take the tape off the back one at this point. Yeah. My fingers get in the way sometimes. Right, I folded that one in and I wanted it out. So bear with me. Stick that out. Where have I got my front? Well, there's my front. And there's my back, because I haven't glued my back. So this is the last side. You can do these all with the wet glue, and it gives you that little bit more drying time then, and a little bit more manoeuvrability, because the tape just seems to grab really quickly. Okay, so this is going to be my back panel. So I'm going to need a little bit of tape and a little bit of glue on this. One is going to go inside the box, one is going to go on the outside. Let's move that out of the way. So it kind of nestles together, making sure you're central, and then you're going to press it in place. So we're going to have to go inside just to press it down. Ooh, I'm not quite straight. There we go. So coat that inside, and that is going to go on the outside. The reason being, it gives it a little bit more stability. It's almost like it's a little sandwich then. We've sandwiched the two together. So up front, these little ones now, we're going to fold these in on the sides, these little tabs. Leave the front one out. You can glue these down if you want to, but they're all there to give more stability to your box. There we go. Make sure that's all stuck. And then when we pop it together, then we've got that to tie. So our back is all secured there and our front. Why have we got these little tabs? This one is to pop over the tab at the back. So we're giving extra strength there. So we'll do that. And plus it covers the tab. But we've also got them that you can pop inside the box to give this little ridge a bit more strength. So our next bit now, I will pop one in to show you. I was going to say I won't do them, but I will. I just won't do them all. So a little bit of glue in place, and then you're going to pop these in. So I'll do the front one here. And the holes all line up. And you just repeat all around the edge exactly the same as that. Just popping them in, lining the holes, and then you've made it that little bit stronger. Next bit is our top panel. So we've got 2 of these dies. Let me just grab these off here. Again, you've got some absolutely gorgeous deboss detail in this. So again, I would be popping a little bit of embellishment mousse or ink or something on there, just to make that detail pop. So we've got 2 of these. All your creases will be in the right place, ready to go. And then we're going to need 2 of these. So we just pop these 2 together. And then we can work our way around with the panel then. So we're going to have a panel on the top and a panel on the bottom. There we go. So you can feel the edge. If you're feeling a rough edge, then you may not quite be lined up correctly. I think with crafting, it's as much feeling what you're doing as seeing what you're doing. There we are. So that is your one side. And we know we're all in place now because we can feel all around the edges that is all neat and tidy. Then we're going to pop the tape off the tab and join those together. And then the next one then, it just slots into place. So take your tape off. You don't have to put this one on, but I think it gives a neater finish when it's all put together. Nearly there. My tape has been a bit cantankerous. A bit like me. Okay. So we'll line all that up as we go. So I'm looking at the corners, making sure the corners of my hexagons are lined up. And then just press into place. If you haven't got this one completely lined up, I've got a bit of spray tape, then put this one at the bottom. Do the top one first and then the bottom one last. But it does line up pretty quickly. So that is your top done. So we're going to take our box, pop some glue around the top, line this up. Right, make sure now I'm checking where my front and back are because I want my little loops for my ribbon to go on the sides. So my front is towards me, so these will go on the sides. And that is your lovely little lantern. So you're going to pop a little bit of ribbon through the whole ear and through the whole ear and just tie together. And that is it. Add any further decoration, any gems, any sequins you've got. Pop your bling out. Don't forget to tag us in your makes, and happy crafting.